the story in the scriptures. Jesus was in what you call Beit Page, but actually should be called Beit Pagi, a place where they were growing figs. Pagi is the first fruit of the fig. Okay? Normally, the first fruit is the most delicious one. Jesus reached for the Pagi, the fig tree. It was rotten. That means the whole tree is rotten. And he kills the tree because it was rotten. Okay? So that was just because we have fig trees that I was able to explain that. Now, we are at Caesarea Philippi or Banias. Let's start with geology. This river here is the main source of the Jordan River. Okay? But how it's created? You saw Mount Hermon. There's a lot of snow on it, rain. What's missing? Trees, forest. Yeah?
Wait, no.
Not at all. Hardly any. Hardly any. And the question was why? Mount Hermon is made of a chalk limestone. Does not store water. So when the snow is melting, the rain is falling, what happens? Runs through. Okay? Runs through. Eventually, up on the Golan Heights, it ends up into a former volcano crater and creates a lake. There's a little lake up there. But they realized no matter how much snow, how much rain, it's not overflowed. So they said it must be leaking. So they checked, yes, it's leaking. And it's coming out as springs here, which flow into each other, creates the river, which joins the Dan River and the Chatzbani River, runs into the Sea of Galilee, out of the Sea of Galilee to the Dead Sea. So many times when we walk, not along here, there is another part of it, water really running, you've been there.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
I said to people, don't fall in or you'll end up as a pickled fish in the Dead Sea. Okay? So that's geology. Okay? About the rest of the history. Banias started as a worshipping place called not Banias but Panias. It was a worshipping place as of the 3rd century BC, okay, for the Greek idol Pan. You're going to see the ruins there, okay? And they named it Panias. Our Arab neighbors don't have the letter P in their alphabet. P is B. So they named it Banias. You know, when Arab is telling you Bombay, you better ask him, in Italy or India? Pompeii and Bombay pronounced the same. No letter P. Yeah, so they call it Banias. Okay? The first one to build, starting to build the city here was King Herod the Great. And Herod the Great named the city Caesarea. Like Caesarea Maritana, yeah? After Augustus, Sebastus, Octavius Caesar. And it was his son, later on, Herod Philippus, who enlarged the city and named it after himself, Caesarea Philippi. When they went by the sea, they started calling Caesarea Maritana. Okay? By the way, it was Herod Philippus who divorced his wife, whom his brother Herod Archelaus married, and as a result of that, John the Baptist was beheaded, preaching against it. That's that Herod. So there was a city here at that time, and that's the city mentioned in the scriptures, Caesarea Philippi. Yeah, well, I'll let you talk about the scriptures. Later on, there was a city here in the time of the Byzantines, the time of the Crusades, a big castle over there. We'll see it as we pass it. And eventually, it was destroyed by the Muslims and abandoned for a long time. Until 1967, the Syrians used to have an officer club here. But there is something else here. Remember the Druze? Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The Druze have 8 prophets, among them Prophet Elijah. The Bible tells us Prophet Elijah was taken to heaven with flames and chariots from the Jordan River. The Druze say no, the source of the Jordan River, the Banyas. And that's why they have a shrine there. See the building there? That's their shrine. Capish?
Capiche.
Okay.